Thomas returns home after a hard day to find his wife, Emily, in the arms of her best friend. Her confession is shocking. She wants an open relationship. The betrayal shatters his world, but Thomas doesn't give up. He comes up with a revenge plan that will turn their lives upside down. Will he succeed in restoring justice without losing himself? Find out how this drama unfolds and share your opinion in the comments. Tom Clark, a 45-year-old architect, pulled into the driveway of his suburban Chicago home earlier than usual. Exhausted from a long day, he planned to surprise Emily, his wife of 15 years, with takeout from her favorite Thai place. As he stepped inside, he heard the shower running. Her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. Thinking it might be urgent, he glanced at the screen. A message from Ryan, her co-worker, flashed. "Missed you last night, babe." Tom's stomach dropped. His hands trembled as he unlocked the phone, using the passcode she'd never hidden from him. The message thread revealed months of betrayal. Late-night texts, suggestive emojis, and plans for secret meetups painted a clear picture. Emily was having an affair. Tom's chest tightened with shock and rage. He scrolled further, each word slicing deeper. A photo of them together at a hotel bar confirmed his worst fears. He sank into a chair, the takeout bag forgotten. The sound of the shower stopped, and panic surged. He couldn't face her yet. He needed proof, a plan, something to anchor the chaos in his mind. Tom copied the messages to his email, his fingers moving on autopilot. He checked her social media, finding private chats with Ryan that mirrored the texts. Every discovery fueled his anger, but a colder resolve took root. He wouldn't confront her now. Rushing upstairs, he heard Emily humming, oblivious to his turmoil. He slipped the phone back onto the counter just as she emerged. "You're home early," she said, her voice bright. Tom forced a smile, his heart pounding. "Yeah, got Thai," he replied, his tone steady despite the storm inside. Over dinner, Emily chatted about work, unaware of Tom's scrutiny. Every laugh, every casual touch felt like a lie. He studied her, searching for cracks in her facade, but she gave nothing away. The woman he trusted implicitly had deceived him for months. As she cleared the plates, Tom made a decision. He wouldn't let her see his pain. Instead, he'd gather more evidence, build an airtight case, and make her face the consequences. The idea of revenge, sharp and calculated, began to take shape. Alone in his home office later, Tom dug deeper. He accessed their shared cloud storage, finding deleted emails Emily thought were gone. One mentioned a weekend work trip that aligned with a hotel receipt he'd never questioned. The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was meticulous, planned. His initial shock hardened into determination. He wouldn't let her walk away unscathed. As he closed his laptop, Emily called from the bedroom. "Coming to bed?" Tom exhaled, steadying himself. "In a minute," he said, already plotting his next move. Tom Clark sat at his desk, the glow of his laptop screen casting shadows in his suburban Chicago home office. For 3 days, he'd been gathering evidence of Emily's affair with Ryan, her co-worker. Screenshots, emails, and a hotel receipt formed a damning file. But he needed more to ensure his plan would hit hard. Confronting her now would let her spin lies. Instead, he decided to play the devoted husband, luring her into a trap where her guilt would surface. He typed an email to Ryan, inviting him to dinner, framing it as a casual get-to-know-you. His finger hovered over send, then clicked. The game was on. Emily walked in, oblivious to Tom's scheme, and asked about his day. He smiled, masking the churn of betrayal in his gut. "Thought we could have Ryan over Friday," he said casually. Her eyes flickered with unease, but she nodded. "Sure, sounds nice," she replied, her voice tight. Tom caught the hesitation, a crack in her composure. It fueled his resolve. He spent the next 2 days planning the dinner, rehearsing questions that would prod without revealing his hand. Every moment with Emily felt like a performance, his anger simmering beneath a calm facade. Friday night arrived. Tom set the table, the clink of plates steadying his nerves. Ryan arrived, all charm and easy smiles, shaking Tom's hand like they were old friends. Emily poured wine, her movements stiff. As they sat, Tom steered the conversation to work, then pivoted. "Ryan, you and Emily seem close. Late nights at the office, huh?" he asked, his tone light but pointed. Ryan laughed, but his glance at Emily betrayed nerves. She gripped her glass, forcing a smile. Tom's pulse quickened. Their discomfort was palpable. The dinner dragged on, Tom weaving subtle jabs into small talk. Must be tough, keeping secrets in a close team, he said, locking eyes with Emily. She coughed, spilling wine, and excused herself to the kitchen. Ryan shifted, checking his phone. Tom leaned in. She's lucky to have a friend like you, he said, the word friend dripping with intent. Ryan mumbled agreement, avoiding Tom's gaze. Emily returned, pale, and changed the subject to a work project. Tom let it slide, savoring their unease. He was in control. After Ryan left, Emily busied herself with dishes, avoiding Tom. He watched her, the weight of his plan settling in. Good night, huh? He said, testing her. She nodded, not meeting his eyes. Alone in his office, Tom added notes to his file. Their reactions, Emily's panic, Ryan's dodge. The dinner had confirmed their guilt and given him leverage. He wasn't ready to strike yet, but the trap was tightening. As he shut his laptop, a cold certainty hit. Emily's lies would unravel, and he'd make sure she faced the consequences. Tom Clark had spent a week refining his plan, the evidence of Emily's affair with Ryan now an airtight file of texts, emails, and receipts. His anger had sharpened into focus. He'd expose her at the perfect moment. The annual charity gala, where Emily was set to receive a community service award, was days away. Tom met with his lawyer, handing over the file to prepare for divorce proceedings. Make it clean, he said, his voice steady. The lawyer nodded, confirming the evidence was enough to protect Tom's assets. He felt a grim satisfaction, knowing Emily's facade would crumble publicly. The night of the gala arrived. Tom drove Emily to the venue, a community center in downtown Chicago, her chatter about the award grating on him. He nodded, hiding his intent. Inside, colleagues and friends mingled, unaware of the storm brewing. Emily took the stage, beaming as the organizer praised her work. Tom waited, his phone loaded with screenshots. As she stepped to the podium, he stood, raising a hand. I have something to share, he said, his voice cutting through the room. The crowd hushed, curious. Tom connected his phone to the projector, displaying Emily's text with Ryan on a large screen. Messages like "Can't wait to see you tonight, babe" glowed for all to see. Gasps rippled through the audience. Emily froze, her award slipping from her hand. This is who she really is, Tom said, his tone calm but firm, revealing months of her deception. He showed a hotel receipt, tying it to her work trip. The room buzzed with shock. Emily stammered, "Tom, please," but he turned away, leaving her exposed. As Tom walked out, Emily chased him, her voice breaking. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you," she cried, grabbing his arm. He pulled free, his eyes cold. "You chose this," he said. "Live with it." Behind them, whispers grew. Colleagues, donors, friends all saw her betrayal. Ryan, who'd been in the crowd, slipped out, avoiding the fallout. Tom drove home alone, the weight of his victory heavy. He'd ruined her reputation, but the pain of her lies lingered, gnawing at him. By morning, Emily's name was trending online, the gala scandal spreading across local news. Her award was revoked, and her nonprofit sidelined her. She called Tom, begging to talk, but he ignored her, forwarding her voicemails to his lawyer. Sitting in his office, he stared at the evidence file, questioning if exposure was enough. Her betrayal had shattered their life. Now, she'd face the consequences. But a hollow ache grew. He'd won this round, yet felt no peace. The fight wasn't over. 2 weeks after the gala, Tom Clark sat in his suburban Chicago home, the silence deafening. Emily had moved out, leaving behind a half-empty closet and a divorce filing his lawyer was finalizing. Her public humiliation had cost her job at the nonprofit, and old friends stopped calling her. Tom had wanted her to feel the sting of betrayal as he had, and she did. Yet, staring at the divorce papers, he felt no triumph. The victory was hollow, his anger replaced by a gnawing emptiness. He'd exposed her lies, but the ache of their shattered marriage lingered. Tom threw himself into work, designing a new civic center to distract himself. At a project meeting, he met Sophie, a city planner with a sharp mind and easy laugh. She noticed his guarded demeanor and invited him for coffee. Over lattes, Tom opened up about the betrayal, leaving out the gala's drama. Sophie listened, sharing her own story of a cheating ex. "It hurts, but you rebuild," she said. Her words sparked hope, a flicker of light in his fog. They exchanged numbers, and Tom felt something he hadn't in months: possibility. Meanwhile, Emily wasn't done. Bitter and isolated, she started a smear campaign, posting online that Tom had fabricated the gala evidence to ruin her. Local gossip sites picked it up, and whispers reached Tom's colleagues. A client hesitated on a contract, citing personal concerns. Furious, Tom contacted his lawyer, who traced the post to Emily's IP address. "She's desperate," the lawyer said. "We can sue for defamation." Tom hesitated. Another public fight might bury her, but it would drag him back into her chaos. He needed to end this differently. Tom met Sophie again, this time for dinner. Her warmth eased his tension, but Emily's lies weighed on him. He told Sophie about the smear campaign. "She's trying to claw back control," Sophie said. "Don't let her pull you down." Her clarity grounded him. Tom decided to confront Emily, not with anger, but with facts. He sent her a message: "Stop the lies, or I'll sue. We both know the truth." Emily called within minutes, her voice shaky. "I just wanted to hurt you back," she admitted. Tom cut her off. "You've done enough. Move on." The next day, Emily deleted her posts, and the gossip faded. Tom's lawyer advised a restraining order, but Tom declined. He wanted closure, not more battles. Meeting Sophie for a walk, he felt lighter, her presence a reminder of life beyond revenge. The pain of Emily's betrayal still stung, but it no longer defined him. He'd exposed her, and she'd faced consequences. Now, a new threat loomed. Emily's desperation could escalate. Tom vowed to protect his future, whatever it took, but with Sophie by his side, he felt ready to face it. Tom Clark woke to a text from his lawyer. Emily had escalated her smear campaign, now emailing his clients with claims he'd doctored the gala evidence. The lies, traced to her, threatened his Chicago architecture firm. Anger flared, but Tom refused to spiral. He'd exposed her affair, watched her lose her job and reputation, yet her desperation persisted. Over coffee with Sophie, he vented. "She's trying to ruin me," he said. Sophie squeezed his hand. "You're stronger than her games. Fight smart." Her words steadied him. He decided to end this through the courts, not revenge. Tom's lawyer filed a defamation lawsuit, presenting Emily's emails alongside the original affair evidence. Texts, receipts, and Ryan's own admission, secured via subpoena. The case was airtight. At the hearing, Emily appeared, her confidence crumbling as the judge reviewed the proof. Tom testified, his voice firm, detailing her betrayal and lies. "I just wanted the truth out," he said. Emily's defense faltered. She admitted to the affair and false claims, citing anger. The judge ruled in Tom's favor, ordering her to pay damages and issue a public apology. Tom felt relief, not joy. After the ruling, Emily approached Tom outside the courthouse. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice raw. "I lost myself." Tom met her gaze, seeing regret, but no trust left. "I forgive you, but we're done," he said, walking away. The weight of his words lifted a burden. Forgiveness wasn't for her. It was for him, freeing him from resentment. Sophie waited nearby, her presence a quiet anchor. They drove to a park, where Tom exhaled, the past loosening its grip. He protected his name and could finally move forward. Back at work, Tom's clients renewed contracts, reassured by the court's ruling. His firm thrived, and Sophie became a steady partner, their bond growing through shared honesty. One evening, he read Emily's apology online, a brief post admitting her lies. It closed a chapter. She'd moved away, starting over alone, her choices a heavy consequence. Tom felt no need to gloat. Her downfall was her own making. He and Sophie planned a weekend trip, a symbol of his new beginning, untainted by betrayal. Sitting by a lake with Sophie, Tom reflected on the ordeal. Emily's affair had shattered him, but exposing her truth and choosing forgiveness rebuilt him stronger. He'd fought not for vengeance, but for clarity, proving his integrity. The pain lingered, a faint scar, but it no longer ruled him. "I'm free," he told Sophie, his voice steady. She smiled, and they watched the sunset, a quiet promise of a life reclaimed. Tom knew whatever came next, he'd face it whole, anchored by truth and trust in himself.